A lot of times we describe the culture as being really a family, which seems kind of silly, but it is a really unique family experience. We're all very connected and we're all really there to support and help each other's growth. I think that it's great that we're not competitive with each other. We really work to support each other. If somebody makes a worksheet or flashcards or a resource, we share that openly with each other. I can always count on my fellow students to be there to help me in whatever way I need, whether personal or academic wise. And the faculty is another huge component of that. It's a really unique experience in medical school to know your faculty and staff so well, to be able to walk through the hallways and run into Dean Fulberg, and he knows who I am, he can have a conversation, he knows what's going on in my everyday life and catch up with him. We're really just there all supporting each other, trying to make the school and ourselves the best that we can be.
The culture at OUWB is, not to sound corny, but if there's one word that kind of sums it up really well, it would be family. And I think it's kind of hard to take that word seriously outside of your own actual family, because, it's just like, oh, that's so cliche to say, something is like family, but it truly is like that here. We were always helping each other out no matter what's going on. Like, to give you an example, like before test time, everyone is in study rooms just writing stuff on these huge whiteboards, and everyone's studying each other's materials, and people are throwing up new resources on our little Facebook page so other people can download and study it, making study guides the day before so everybody can cram for a test together. And like, we have a lot of fun here too. That was one thing I wasn't expecting. I was thinking everyone's going to be kind of like type A, really studying all the time. And that is true. I mean, we compartmentalize very well. We study when we need to study. And then, after we're done or when we have a chance to take a break, we make sure everybody's included. It's not like, one person is hanging out with like a few people here, like people kind of break off. Now, maybe that's just us 50 personally, but I have a hard time believing that, because I think every med school or every school in general is trying to look for a certain type of person to bring to their school, whether it's really smart person or whether it's a certain type of dynamic person. I think OUWB is looking for the person who's a team player, who really enjoys life and really wants to become a physician for the right reasons. And I don't know how they do it, but they picked 50 of the best students I could ever have asked or ever thought they could pick. And you can't go wrong 50 out of 50. So I'm pretty sure this is a culture to stay. And it's phenomenal, because it's not the same like any other med school, because again, you have friends other places, and sure, they hang out and they have fun, but for the most part, it's a pretty lone road, and here it's not that at all, and I know I'm going to enjoy it for the next 3 years.
One of the important things with OUWB is the culture that permeates the school. First and foremost, I think is the concept that the patient is a human being. That's come through in all of our classes, that we need to always be aware of that first. It's important to be a good clinician and be able to diagnose things, be a good diagnostician. And but I think that human element is really what drew me to OUWB, and it permeates both our academics and also the cultural life of the students.
The culture seems to be really inclusive here at OUWB. I like all the small group things where we get to collaborate with each other. Also, there doesn't come off like there's very much competition between classmates. We're all very helpful with each other and kind of support each other through the difficulties of medical school.
The culture at OUWB is my favorite part of the school, and sometimes it's hard to describe, but I think it's built on two main principles. I think it's built on respect and encouragement. So I think that trickles down all the way from the top to student interactions. And it's kind of something that you can't describe, but it's very welcoming. It's welcoming to come in from the outside, and then once you're in, you just feel part of the school. I think that's one of the things. There's no disconnect between being a student and being any other member of the school. I think from the beginning, everyone is so excited to be a part of the school that we share in that excitement, and the school is not competitive. It's not trying to, we joke about having a gunner in our class, but really everyone shares notes, everyone helps each other. And I know that throughout the year I've had the opportunity to get to know every one of my classmates, and I really, really enjoy being in the same learning environment with them. I think the faculty also really make it a nice environment, because on the first day of orientation, Dean Folberg said to us, we built this school on the principle that no student will ever be embarrassed. And I think that's a really important part of the culture, and I think that's what makes me really enjoy being a OUWB student every single day.